that I'm a sophomore at Northeastern and I was part of the encampment, and I am not afraid of saying that. I'm not afraid of going on TV and admitting that I was there. I was there for 8 hours the first day when police came and they surrounded us and they intimidated us and they backed off. They backed off because Northeastern wanted to do this when nobody was watching. They wanted to do this in the early hours of the morning. I was out here last night until about 2 in the morning. I went home and slept. I went home and slept where I live, 50 yards from where the encampment was, in a university building. I got a call at 4 a.m. that moving trucks were spotted and that the raid was going to happen. I came straight back out. I put layers on and I stood there. I stood there chanting and I stood there waiting. And I went outside the barricaded area because I didn't want to be arrested. But I have friends who were in there. I have friends who are students who were in there and pulled out, dragged out by cops who felt the need to carry them out on all 4 limbs by their arms and legs. It just is absolutely despicable, everything they've been doing. And Northeastern refuses to take accountability for the fact that they are discriminating against their students. They're making up lies about everything that we've said. Like, it has been a very peaceful protest. Inside the encampment, we had a table with food. People were hand-making food, chicken, pasta, dishes. People were ordering pizza, getting coffee. We had tables and tables full of food. We were singing songs and playing cards. It was a peaceful environment, and we were chanting because of what we believe in, and we were chanting peaceful chants.
And what do you hope to see from the university? What was the goal of this encampment?
We have 3 demands for our university. We want them to denounce what is happening in Israel, in Gaza. We want them to divest from all of their funds. We want them to divest our money that we are paying for tuition from their endowment, and we want them to disclose everything that they're funding, because they like to hide that they're investing in Raytheon, that they're investing in these military industrial companies. So our 3 demands are to disclose, divest, and denounce.
Do you know of any companies in particular you would like them to divest from?
Well, specifically Raytheon. And actually, just a few weeks ago, Northeastern came out and said publicly that they put out a statement on their news website saying that they do not view their endowment as a tool for political change, and so they instead they're just not going to use it for political change. And because of that, they refuse to divest from fossil fuels, even though that is something our student body has voted on in student body elections and referenda, and overwhelmingly supported divestment from fossil fuels. Our administration is not listening to us. Our administration is supporting cops and not supporting students. Our dean of students went out there and handed out water bottles to the cops while she watched as we got arrested.
What do you want people watching this to know about what's happening here right now?
I want them to know that we are students. We are peaceful students. Throughout history, when have students ever been protesting and you look back and you say, oh no, they were wrong? We know we are on the right side of history.
And can you tell us, as someone who was inside the encampment, how many students you know of that were in there versus people that were not students, as the university says that most people were not students?
I don't know the exact number, but the vast majority were students, especially those who stayed overnight, because those who were not students were coming during the day to support, and then they would go home to sleep. But the students were the ones who had the tents. The students were the ones who planned this. I know the organizers. I know they are students. They are undergraduate students. They are graduate students. They are law students. And I would say confidently that at least 80% of the people in that encampment who were arrested today are Northeastern students.
And a percentage of them are also Jewish.
Yes, a large percentage of them are Jewish. We had so many Jewish students, Jewish faculty who were in there supporting us, proudly proclaiming that they were Jewish and they do not support what Israel is doing in Gaza. They want for Israel to stop the genocide. I don't understand why that is such a controversial opinion. There were even Jews who were out there and saying, I am a proud Jew. I am part of Hillel, which is our Jewish organization on campus. And they were out there with signs, Jews for Palestine. It shouldn't be a partisan issue. It should be simple. We don't want innocent lives to be lost. We don't want children to be killed and buried in mass graves.